I remember driving by the Children's Advocacy Center. It's a place right off of Los Rios and Park, and what I do is I go online and I was like, okay, well, what is this place? So I look it up, and they help children. They help children with sexual abuse, physical abuse, being neglected. They help families, but the main focus is the children. And so I go under volunteer, and they have this list of what you can do to help. And there's a volunteer coordinator. Her name was Vicky Stilley. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe I should contact her. So I get her email, and I email her and say, hey, I have a group, and I would really like to do volunteer work with my group. And she says, okay, great, come in, and I'll give you a tour.
When we first walked in for the tour, it wasn't what I was expecting it to be. Like, the place was really nice. It was really comfortable, and you could tell it was a secure place for the kids.
Tour, just when Vicky started sharing stories about kids, you could feel something. You felt maybe your tear ducts swelling a little bit, but you could definitely feel something. You feel bad for these kids, and you want to help these kids when you hear about them, and how these terrible things that happen to these innocent children.
The part that stood out to me most is when we went to the interview part room where they had all the cameras, and it was actually kind of interesting because they have people who read faces, like while the person's interviewing whoever the victim was. They had police, FBI-like agents who could read facial expressions and whatnot to tell if the person was lying or not. And I thought that was really awesome. And I emailed Miss Deli after that if I could volunteer in the summer about that, and she said I could.
It's horrific, really. I mean, we live in one of the nicest communities and one of the most perfect counties in Texas. We have a beautiful city with beautiful schools and churches and homes.
I was so shocked to hear that all these children are being abused, and us just going today, just not worrying about anything else, just sitting around, focused on our little devices and everything that goes in our day and work and all that. And it's so shocking, and it's really scary. The first thing that we did was, what can we do to volunteer? And so that's what we did. We asked Vicky, we were like, hey, we really want to volunteer, we really want to support this idea, we really want to push forward.
It didn't really seem like much, but what we did do, what my team did, we went in there one day and we went around these playrooms where children, where parents come to meet their children, and they get to play, and the children get to play in these rooms, and they spend a lot of time in these rooms, and there's different children coming in these rooms all throughout the day, and they're constantly needing to be cleaned, and that's what we did. We helped to clean these rooms. And the reason why it was such an important thing to do, it didn't really seem like much when we went in there. We went in there with the mentality, it's like, oh, we're just picking up toys and cleaning them with Clorox wipes. Anyone could do this. But when we figured it out later that no one was doing it, that we were the ones who were doing it, and if we weren't doing it, no one else was going to do it. And that actually means something. Whenever you have little toddlers less than like 3 years old, even younger than that, going in there and picking up toys, putting them in their mouths, it means something.
I also helped move boxes and bicycles another day to help them. And pretty much what the whole point of it is that we help them in some small ways so that they're able to better focus on the kids and the more important issues.
The second thing we can do is donate. We can donate our time. We can donate money, clothes, food, anything that you could think of that would support them.
Clients get only new stuff, just so y'all know that, but the gently used items, toys and clothing, go to the truck that's parked out front, and when those items sell at the thrift store in Plano, we get part of the proceeds, and last year it was right around $60,000. So that is a huge amount of money. For rash cream, shampoo, toothbrushes, toothpaste, just normal everyday items. That's what we use for our clients.
When you look at it, really we have a lot compared to these kids. We have so much more. The third thing we can do is probably the most important thing, is get the word out, spread the word.
Education is very important. It's very important that we are all aware of the horrible number in Collin County. 277,000 in the state of Texas last year, and we all need to know and learn the signs of abuse in our kids and the kids around us, your brothers and your sisters, nieces and nephews.
We just need to raise awareness by just start with little things, like flyers and ads online, because that's where people get most of their information nowadays.
I think the best way is to just volunteer there, help them spread the word, because they already know how to spread the word. That's what they're for. And then tell people about the places that when you volunteer at Children's Advocacy Center, obviously, or any other centers that are for children that get abused. I actually helped out and passed out flyers around our school to spread the word in our advocacy center around the water fountains and bathrooms and so on.
I mean, if anybody, at church, or anybody that's trying to do Eagle Scout project, let them know. Yeah, hey, the Children's Advocacy Center always needs help. If you're, you're like church group needing service or anything like that, just let people know and let people know what they do and how good of an organization is and what you can do to help.
Notice those signs. Realize, be on guard. Whenever you go to a new neighborhood, or in your neighborhood now, go online, look for sexual offenders, be aware, know that there are people in your neighborhood, know that there are certain people in this area, and you're like, oh, that's super protective, and you're like, no, it's not. It's just being aware and knowing your surroundings. And I'm sure someone out there might have a friend or family member that has been sexually abused. It's hard. It's not easy to come out of. That it's something that scars you for life. Would you rather take the time to protect someone, or allow them to be scarred for life until they're dead, and until they die, until I don't want that to happen.
Know that it is an important thing, and that it is a place, that it is there and it is actually doing something, that they're making a difference, and that it's easy to become a part of it. And after knowing that, perhaps even volunteer yourself, and perhaps after volunteering yourself, you'll know how much of a change that it can make in someone's life, in a child's life, and that it's important. And you can talk about it to your friends, and you can do a lot, because it really is an amazing place, and it's an important place that really does make a difference in our community, and they've helped out so many people. It's just really helpful, and if you can give back to it, if you could just help them help your community, help them help the world around you, I don't know, it's just, it would be good for everyone. Just be good.